I'm just gonna play this video. I'm gonna start recording, and whatever I say is what I say. There's just a lot of things going through my mind right now, and I feel like it needs to get out there. My mind just needs to be freed of it, and it's a lot of things. One thing that I've been thinking about lately is how ignorant we are of God, of the voice of God. When we go through things, a lot of things in life, we struggle, we struggle in life, we just go through a lot of things, and then boom, you don't feel the desire to worship God the way you used to. You don't feel the desire to know God. You don't feel the desire to pray. You don't feel the desire to even listen to a song that talks about God. Why is that? There is a reason as to why this happens, and I'm trying to figure that out now. I'm trying to know, why is it that when we go through a certain thing in life that doesn't go according to our plans, we tend to blame it on God. We blame it on God, blame it on God. Like we put God aside. That's literally separating your whole being, your whole soul from your creator, separating your soul from the person that runs it, separating yourself from a relationship with God. And this is just something that's been on my mind, because I feel like I do this a lot. I tend to separate myself from God when I go through a tough time, and I think it is not a good habit. If you're doing it, I'm doing it. If somebody else is doing it, then another person is doing it, and we're all struggling with this. We tend to forget God. We tend to put God aside when we're at our lowest, and this is something that the devil takes advantage of. The devil is going to take advantage of that time, because when I go through a time like this, I don't open my Bible, I don't read, I don't watch videos about God, about how, building relationships with God. I do not do my devotion, I do not pray. When I wake up, I don't pray. When I go to sleep, I don't pray. I just forget, I just put him aside. I'll come back to you later. What kind of relationship is this, where there's no commitment, where there is not communication? When you need someone, you go to them, but once you're done with them, you just throw them out. That's what I feel like I tend to do with God. When I don't need him, or when I see that he did not answer me like how I wanted him to answer me, I just put him aside. I say, I'll come back to you later. And then right now I'm thinking, is God impressed with that behavior? Does God look down on me or on you and says that I'm proud of you? Is God proud of that decision that you make, putting him aside and just going on with your life, and then expecting him to save you when something else happens, expecting him to come to my rescue when something else happens? Like, yes, God is a God of mercy. God is a God that hears prayers. God is a God that answers prayers. But why is it that we take so much advantage of this and just throw him out the window when we don't need him? Or when we think that everything that he is supposed to be doing is not being done on our timeline, forgetting that his timeline is the best. His timeline is what we're living on. We're living on his timeline. So because we want to feel better, we want to desire the world more, we want to desire our futures more, we forget God. We're too busy to open a Bible. I'm too busy to read a verse of the day. I'm too busy to open my Bible and read a devotion. I'm too busy to take 5 minutes out of my day, out of 24 hours, to say thank you to God. I'm too busy to open my Bible or my heart and let out my heart cry to God. this behavior is the devil does take advantage of this behavior, and we need to understand that very quickly, and to very, very quickly, because the devil is not going to take 5 years to understand that you do this. The devil is going to see, he's going to look at the loophole, he's going to use it instantly, he's going to start giving you bad thoughts, he's going to start using you like crazy, and you look back and you say, oh, how did I get here? How did I get here? But you need to know that before you get to a point where you're putting God aside, where you have to decide whether to put God aside for 5 days, or for 2 days, for 3 hours, or for a whole week without praying, just think about God not providing for you for that whole entire day. Imagine just God stopping, giving you his breath, because it is the breath of God that's the reason why you're living. The breath of God that's in you. Imagine if he stopped providing you with that breath of life. Imagine if he just said, oh, I'll come back to you, let me just stop giving this person a breath of life, just a tiny bit, and then I'll just come back to them tomorrow. Do you think you'd be alive right now? And I feel like that's the thing we as humans don't understand. Take advantage of God. It is not good, and please, let's start encouraging ourselves. Yes, I know it's hard when we go through something that's very hard, and we tend to think it's God can come later. God will come later. He'll come later. I'll come back to you later, God. Place my Bible beside my pillow. That is not a relationship with God. You need to understand that a relationship with God requires personal time, requires commitment, it requires an intimacy with God. Just like how you need intimacy with your family, friends, your husband, your wives, your close friends. You desire to spend time with people that you love. God is desiring to spend time with you because he loves you. Nobody can love you more like God does. The love of God has been proven to uplift a man. The love of God can conquer the whole universe. The love of God, it is something that runs through our veins, because when he died on that cross, he bought us with his precious blood. He bought us. And so once we think about the mercies of God, once we think about the greatness of God, once we think about the goodness of God, how gracious he's been upon our lives, we will not take him for granted. You're not going to take God for granted, because what if he took that cross for granted? What if he said, oh, I don't want to die on the cross today, let me die tomorrow? Oh, I don't want to die on the cross, let me just be a normal human, just like you. Because when Jesus was on earth, he was just a human like you. He had thoughts like you. He was hungry just like you. He had to work. He had to go to work. He had other relationships. He had friends. What if he said, I'm not going to do this? What if he changed his mind about your salvation? Would we be here today? Would you have that nice car? Would you have that house? Would you have those friends that you have today? Those friends that you're dying to, or you're sleeping on over the phone talking to them rather than talking to Christ? I don't think so. And so then that's just what I wanted to say. I feel like that's what's been in my mind, and I had to let it out. I had to let it go. I have to remind myself as well. This is not just for you. It is for all of us. It is for me. It is to encourage the body of Christ to not take salvation or God's mercy for granted. The time that you have now, you will not have it tomorrow. The time that you have tomorrow, you won't have it the next tomorrow. You don't know what will happen tomorrow. And so why not bring yourself more closer to God? Why not decide? Why not commit to a strong foundation? Why not commit your life to Christ Yes, I know it's hard to keep up with reading the Bible, with devotions. You don't have to do it every day. You just have to commit yourself to Him, and He will do the work in you. You won't even realize it. That's how God works. And I just hope that this video helped you as much as it helped me, because I feel encouraged. I've been very low. I haven't been reading my Bible as I always do. I haven't been listening to God. I've been ignoring Him. I haven't opened my Bible in a long time, but this is a conviction that the Lord has placed in my heart for me, and maybe it might be for you as well. Maybe we're going through the same thing, and maybe this is a sign for us to to come back to Christ, to reopen that Bible, and to understand that we need this relationship more than He needs us. Yes, God is a jealous God. He is a jealous God. Let's pay attention to Him. Let's pay attention to Him. He's done so many things in our lives for us to just give up on Him. Why would we give up on Him when He has never given up on us? Not even a second of our lives. So let's return back to God. Let's return back to reading, committing, and we'll see how God works. And I just pray that this video blessed you as much as it did, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.